The American police drama Blue Bloods managed to gain a massive following because of its wonderful dynamics among the Reagan family, as well as its revolving storyline about law enforcement, among many things. But for years now, fans have been waiting for a particular plot to take place, which is what we'll be discussing in today's episode. Blue Bloods star Tom Selleck finally addresses one of the fans' biggest questions, so keep on watching if you want to know more. Tom Selleck finally addresses one of the fans' burning questions about his character. For the past 12 years, Blue Bloods has grown a steady number of followers who came to love the Reagans, especially their family dinners, which became a staple in the series. But through it all, fans couldn't help but wonder if the Reagan patriarch and New York Police Commissioner, Frank Reagan, will ever have the chance to explore a relationship in the storyline anytime soon. Way before the show first started, Frank's beloved wife, Margaret Reagan, already passed, but that didn't stop Frank from speaking fondly of her on every occasion and every way he can. Sure, he's had several flirtatious moments with several women throughout the series, but Frank remained loyally bound to his wife and continues to wear his wedding band to this day. Can you imagine how long the fans have been rallying for the man to get another shot at love? Well folks, the actor himself, Tom Selleck, finally answers the fans' burning demand. Frank's a little senior, the actor began to explain in an interview with Parade last 2021. He's also still wearing his wedding ring. We've never gone into it. Maybe it's too self-centered a story about the why of all that. He pretty much wrapped himself in his work. The hardest thing about it is, especially with someone who is obviously as vulnerable as Frank and probably scared of relationships, you can't just bring somebody on the show and do an episode about it. Tom further added, "It takes a lot of planning. He's attracted to women all of the time, but dating's a different thing. I don't know how you get a date in one episode. They have to hire somebody who's willing to, number one, make a leap of faith, like I did on Friends, there was no script, and have a significant arc. That's the only way to do it." So the man has spoken himself. Tom Selleck isn't against the idea of having a love interest in the show, but he did stress that the inclusion of it into the storyline would have to be integrated pretty nicely. With this, fans are given a new hope that in the future, his dating life will bloom. What do we know so far about Blue Bloods Season 12? In the same interview with Parade last 2021, the lead actor shared several details on what to expect in Season 12, as well as his other projects, which include his memoir and the next Jesse Stone movie. When asked about what could happen next season, the actor hinted that the series will be focusing on each of the characters' struggles. Compared to other police procedural dramas, Blue Bloods doesn't go off in a heavy action sequence, something Tom Selleck has stressed in the interview, which is why they're focused on the characters' struggles. Take for example Donnie Wahlberg, who now has a son, Sean, Andrew Teleciano, leaving for college. For parents, seeing their kids leaving for college can be pretty emotional since they're already stepping towards independence and adulthood. And with Sean leaving, there's now a vacant seat at the table. So could Will Hochman, get a seat at the table considering he's now acknowledged as a part of the family last season? According to Tom, Joe is part of the family in his own way, further describing Joe's character as someone who has chosen a life of work that doesn't always put him at the table. In addition to that, Tom also told Parade that Will Hochman is an actor who's in demand, so he won't be present in every episode. On the other hand, Frank has more built-up issues over work, seeing how he and New York City's mayor aren't seeing eye to eye. Theirs is a strained relationship that gets tested. What's more, the mayor can't fire Frank, which the latter almost always makes him do. The upcoming season will also be highlighting the about quality of life crimes and police enforcement, as well as the police force's budget, which has been significantly cut as one of its themes. The show also laid out the foundations of what could be a conflict of interest if her daughter Erin, Bridget Monahan, continues to run for district attorney, which would be the ideal step to take in her career, but doing so would put them at odds. Not only would they be at odds, but there's the whole issue of how the public would react to a Reagan dynasty. Even though they ethically are at odds many times, the district attorney and the police, and who they choose to prosecute, Tom explained about the possible issue. "I know it sounds pretty dry of an issue, but we don't start with issues, we start with people. We're character driven. I think it's pretty entertaining. I have very few doubts on executive producer Kevin Wade's guidance for the show. I'm just really happy. I'm really happy with the next script I'm about to go to New York to do." Next, Tom Selleck reveals title of memoir and shares updates on the progress. News of Tom Selleck writing a memoir has been going around since 2019, but it looks like the actor is nearing its completion, based on a recent interview. Not only that, but he also revealed the book's title for the first time on national TV. In a guest appearance at the live Kelly and Ryan show in late January of this year, Tom announced the book's title, which is "I Don't Know Where I'm Going, but There's No Use Being Late." He shared that he didn't want the publishers to get ahead of him, so he personally made made the announcement itself, savoring the moment of revelation. For the rest of the interview, Tom Selleck shared information about his upcoming memoir, which he describes as very personal. The actor told Parade in the same interview that the book is a little different and won't be about who he dated for a score-settling thing, but rather a glimpse on Tom's private life. As we all know, Tom likes to keep a low profile about his personal life, but he's now sharing some of it with the world. In addition to that, the actor also said that the book will also depict his experience in the industry, considering he's been acting for more than 50 years already, and to quote Tom, "what it was like to start in a business that I never anticipated being in." What are the latest news about the upcoming Jesse Stone movie? According to Tom, the next movie is coming along well, and also teased that the character will be going in a new direction which hasn't been explored by their team before. Now being continued by Michael Brandman after Robert B. Parker's passing, the critically acclaimed TV producer, screenwriter, and author is working alongside Tom Selleck in the movie, and even if the current movie hasn't been released yet, the actor revealed that he's eager to do another Jesse Stone movie. However, he's also aware that the movie suffers a little bit under the strains of some of the conventions of broadcast television, considering there are a variety of avenues where movies and series are constantly being produced, like Netflix and Amazon, where they need to compete for viewers and ratings. Despite this, Tom Selleck is excited at the prospect of another Jesse movie in the future. They are adult stories, and I think we can make them more so, with a little more, not license, but freedom. So I'm enthused, but I don't have anything. I have agents and they're talking, Tom shared. So what is this series all about? Blue Bloods is a police procedural drama that follows the story of the Reagan family, an Irish-American Catholic family living in New York City that has a long history of work in law enforcement. New York Police Commissioner Frank Reagan serves as the head of the family, who was portrayed by Tom Selleck. His son, Danny Reagan, is a police detective and is played by Donnie Wahlberg, while his daughter, Erin, played by Bridget Monahan, works as an assistant to the district attorney's office. The youngest son of the Reagan siblings, Jamie, also works in law enforcement as an NYPD sergeant, and they also have a deceased brother, Joe, Frank's second son, who got murdered by a crooked cop in the line of duty before the series started. And with that, we're wrapping up today's video about what you need to know about Tom Selleck's possible love life in Blue Bloods, as well as other news and details about the actor's current projects. Are you a big fan of Tom Selleck? What are you most excited about in the upcoming season 12 of Blue Bloods? Let us know in the comments section below. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.